Who's looking like a start? Who's looking like a sit? Week 9, running back, start sit, coming up next. Week 9 has arrived, and so has the news that Saquon Barkley looks like he will not be playing once again, opening the door for Devontae Booker to be a RB2 for your team. We're talking about a guy that since week 5, a running back that has at least 16 touches between the running game and the passing game, and those more useful touches coming in the passing game where he has been utilized. We're talking about a guy. He's got a safe floor since week 5. Once again, lowest score total since week 5, 10.9 PPR points. It's a pretty safe floor. I know you get 10 points. You're not super happy about it, but at least it's not single digits, and he's kept you out of that. And he has had an average of 15.9 points over that span. So since filling in for Barkley, he has done so admirably, and he's put up very reasonable numbers, and there's no reason why he shouldn't do it again this week. We're talking about a team that is missing a lot of its key pieces on offense. Sterling Shepard, gone. Kenny Golladay might be out there. Likely not out there, and if he is, I don't believe he's running a full snap count. Dante Pettis has been put on IR. John Brown's running around hobbled. You have Darius Slayton capable of pulling a hamstring at a moment's notice, and Kadarius Toney, as talented as we all know he is, one, just doing stupid shit on Twitter, and two, twisting his ankle, having his hand stepped on, or however it is that he injured his hand last week. This guy has had an inability to stay healthy on the field. And this is all opening the door for Devontae Booker to have a continued and possibly expanded role in the passing game. I really like Devontae Booker. 53% started so far heading into week 9. I think he is a great start, a great RB2 with RB1 upside. A put up or shut up week for Chase Edmonds. This is a hard week to put up too. We're talking about the San Francisco 49ers on the road. And the last time Chase Edmonds faced the San Francisco 49ers, well, that was week 5. His lowest point total of the season. And that was 4.4 PPR points. So in a put up or shut up mode, I kind of recommend Chase Edmonds as a sit. Although I can look at you looking around and going, man, their quarterback's dinged up, and, you know, they got their number one wide receiver and DeAndre Hopkins dinged up, and AJ Green isn't suiting up. That really seems to be a game script for running the ball. Yeah, it's great game script for James Conner. They have not shown a willingness to use Chase Edmonds extensively in the running game. And if it is going to lean more towards the run than the pass, I do think that's more of a game script towards James Conner over Chase Edmonds. You know, we're talking about a guy that only has one touchdown in 2021. One touchdown through 8 weeks at the running back position is terrible. That's one position that you should expect more than one touchdown through 8 seasons with the type of usage that he has. Guys that have more touchdowns than that we've been disappointed in. Myles Gaskin, he's got more touchdowns than that so far this season. How about, Ronald Jones has at least one touchdown this season, and that guy never gets on the fucking field. So Chase Edmonds only putting up one touchdown so far in 2021. He has, since week 5, an average of, guess how many PPR points, everybody? Since week 5, an average of 9.6 PPR points. Contrast that with Devontae Booker with his 15.9, right? He's not even averaging the floor of what Devontae Booker has. So bad performances since week 5. Although I will say this. If you go back and you look at his game log, he has gotten better, consistently better since week 5. That 4.4 points, PPR points in week 5 really brought that average down quite a bit. He has gotten better every week since week 5. And that's why he's in the put up or shut up mode. Otherwise, it would just be a plain sit. But I do think he has the ability with this game script to maybe make something, maybe get a few extra touches. I'm worried about the fact he's been a little dinged up this year, and he has had a little bit less work since he got dinged up. Hence the still thinking it's more of a James Conner game plan, but it should be a game plan where he can be involved. He should get more than 4.4 points. But to me, if he was my running back, which I don't have any shares of James Conner this year, but if I did, I wouldn't play him this week. I'd find another way, if at all possible, to get him on my bench. I don't like him this week. I want to see him put up. I want to see him get back on track. But this entire Arizona offense slightly stalling a little bit. Its leader, its captain, the captain of the ship, Kyler Murray, running around on a dinged up ankle. Just not good news for this offense. So, I mean, it downgrades to me almost everybody in this offense this week when he is a game time decision. So Chase Edmonds, put up or shut up after this week. If he is another dud, if he's another guy you wish you had on the bench, that to me tells me you probably should just put him on your bench unless he's just got a sweet fucking matchup until he starts showing what he did the first couple weeks of the season. Guy that's in a position to succeed, Myles Gaskin, 58.4% started. This guy has a great opportunity this week to be highly involved in this offense. You know, Malcolm Brown injured on IR. They brought in Duke Johnson. Yeah, who? Duke Johnson, who? So not worried about Duke Johnson. Salvin Ahmed's just been more of like a get you a breather. Myles Gaskin, he's been getting about 7 rushes every game the last 3 games. So he's just kind of like the spell on that type guy. Right now, Myles Gaskin is the A back in this backfield. Good matchup. We're talking about a wide receiving core that doesn't have Will Fuller. Devontae Parker is doubtful for this week. We're talking about a back that his use is being used in the passing game, and there is a pathway for him to be more involved than normal in the passing game with how dinged up the pass catchers are in this game. So I very much like Myles Gaskin this week. His matchup against Houston, giving up the 23rd most points to running back position. He should have moments. This should be one of his good weeks. And then talking about good weeks, this is a guy that's been alternating good weeks and bad weeks, right? Good week, bad week, good week, bad week, good week, bad week. Go look through his game log. Every single week, it has been without fail a good week followed up by a bad week, followed up by a good week, followed up by a bad week. And you guessed it, last week was a bad week, which means, yay, put him in your fucking lineup. He's ready to rock and roll. Myles Gaskin, you're ready for a good week. Another guy who's set up to succeed this week. Everybody's loving Josh Jacobs, and rightfully so. The guy should have himself a nice week, but I'm getting really excited about a guy that everybody has forgotten about at this point, and that's Kenyon Drake. 12.6% started in ESPN leagues, coming off of the bye. Let's take a look at what he did before the bye. 17 touches heading into the bye. That included 3 catches. That's right. So in week 7, 17 touches, 14 rushes, 3 catches. He had 3 touchdowns in between week 6 and week 7. And there has been no doubt that Kenyon Drake has been 1,000% more involved in this offense since John Gruden went bye-bye. And you know what? Not a bad thing. This offense actually does look a little bit more free, a little bit more limber, a little bit more loose without John Gruden at the helm. It doesn't look worse. It actually looks a little bit better. And we're talking about a guy in Kenyon Drake, 103 yards rushing, 5 catches, 49 yards receiving, and 3 touchdowns, 38.2 PPR points between week 6 and week 7 before they went into their bye. Now, with damn this fucking Raiders team, with Ruggs and his exodus, we're talking about a possible expansion in the passing game. We all know how good Kenyon Drake, that is what he excels at, being used in the passing game. And no matter what you think about Henry Ruggs, he was getting targets every week. So there are vacated targets. Some of them, I imagine, go to Bryan Edwards, but I don't see why a few couldn't swing over to one of your most talented pass catchers in Kenyon Drake now that you have an opportunity. Now, granted, obviously, that's possibly going to have maybe a Zay Jones or something come into this equation, but I really do think Kenyon Drake is in a really good position to come out of the bye and put up really good flex numbers for you, really safe flex numbers out of the bye for the Las Vegas Raiders and for your roster. Got a couple guys to beware this week. We're going to start with Zack Moss, 45% started, and the warning signs are there. 1,000%. The warning signs are there. His efficiency has been plummeting every week. He came out the gate, looked like a pretty efficient back, looked like he had learned some things, looked like his hesitation was gone. He was hitting holes, and his average, yards per carry was in the 4s. Well, the last 3 weeks, 3.4 yards per carry at Kansas City. They're not a good defense. 3.0 yards per carry at Tennessee. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, I'll give you that one. They could be okay against the run. 2.4 yards against the Miami fucking Dolphins. Everybody runs against the fucking Dolphins, Zack Moss. Did nobody tell you? Did nobody fucking tell you, Zack Moss, that every running back goes the fuck off against the Miami Dolphins? Wasn't it the Miami Dolphins that had fucking Peyton Barber, the motherfucker who lives in the under 3 yards per carry territory for his career, and that motherfucker ran all over the Miami Dolphins, and for some reason, Zack Moss can't get it done. That's a problem. Zack Moss couldn't get it done against Miami in week 8. Week 9, beware Zack Moss, beware starting this guy. Scary. His value went from going up to plummeting. Like it was going up nice and fast, and just like one of those cryptocurrencies, the fucking Squid Game cryptocurrency that came and went because everybody stole the fucking money. Well, goddamn, Zack Moss stole all your fucking money, everybody, and the goddamn floor fell out that back. Hopefully he can rebound, but right now, not looking good. Those touches have been dropping, and rightfully so. Last week, saved by 6 catches, so he does still have involvement in the passing game, so there's a little bit of a floor there, but that was his best week in the passing game, 6 receptions last week. Otherwise, it would have been terrible. And then outside his 3 big games, his opponent, Jacksonville, has had 3 really bad games against running backs, but outside that, no team has had running backs score more than 17.3 PPR points against them. So it is also, not a give me matchup. Like this is not a like last week against Miami should have been a give me matchup. He couldn't make it happen. Jacksonville actually probably a little bit worse, not to mention Buffalo probably going to have a little bit more success with the passing game. So I think you're going to really have to rely on Moss getting in the end zone if you're going to put him in your lineup this week. I don't like him. I just beware. Zack Moss could have himself the worst week of the season. And look out for Javonte Williams. 33% started. Now, I understand there's a lot of zero RB strategy out there. There are reasons why you would be starting Williams. I get that, but this is another guy that, I mean, I feel like I don't really have to tell you as a Williams manager that it's a sketchy proposition putting Javonte out there. You know, he's got one game with more than 11 touches since week 4. One. So you're looking at a running back. 33% of managers out there have this guy in their lineup, a running back that is going to touch the ball likely about 11 times. That's a scary proposition. He's only got one touchdown this season. I revert back to earlier in this segment when I was talking about Chase Edmonds and about how terrible it is at the running back position to only have one touchdown. Only one touchdown. He's only got one touchdown this season. He's only got one game with more than 3 receptions this year. So you would hope that if he's not getting touchdowns, he's not getting a lot of work in the running game, that he's going to be getting, 4, 5, 6 receptions in the game. Nope, only one game this season with more than 3 receptions in the passing game. And you're talking about a team of the Dallas Cowboys that is the 8th best defense against the position. It's just not a good look for Javonte Williams. You have an offensive coordinator in Pat Shurmur who loves to abandon the run game in favor of the pass. He's going to have a great excuse this week. Dallas, as much as we all have loved to make fun of the Dallas Cowboys since they've been to the, they won their 3 Super Bowls. Well, it looks like Jerry Jones finally did another deal with the devil. They look fucking awesome. They are decimating the NFL right now. Kev got you. All right. All I'm saying is Dallas is a tough matchup for Javonte Williams, and he's alternating work with Melvin Gordon, who right now, Melvin Gordon's 5 touchdowns to Williams 1 this season. Williams has not been the better play. He's going to be the better back in the long run, but, and I mean like long run, like next year. They didn't get rid of Melvin Gordon. He's not going anywhere. So Gordon's going to be the lead back the rest of the season. Your hopes of Williams taking over this backfield have been shattered with that trade deadline. So yeah, he's not taking over this backfield. Gordon's there. He's going to continue to siphon work. He's going to continue to get work. He's going to continue to take touchdowns from Williams. And just beware putting Williams in your lineup week 9. I'd like to thank you for watching. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel for all this awesome fucking content I put out every week. I put out about 4 videos every single week. And make sure that on Sunday mornings, you have any start-sit questions to hit me up. I will be on 1080 The Fan here in Portland, Oregon. You can send in your start-sit questions to 503-250-1080. I will join Mike Lynch and Rashad Taylor on the Fantasy Scramble. We answer your last-minute start-sit questions. You can listen live on the Odyssey app or online on your computer. Either or. I will have the link down below in the description. Once again, you can send in those start-sit questions at 9:30 a.m. Pacific time is when we start answering those questions, and we do that all the way up to kickoff. So you got a half hour of start-sit live on air that I will get to. So make sure that you send in those questions Sunday morning, and we'll answer them live for you. Thank you again for watching, and make sure that you look out for my wide receiver start sits for week 9.